Heading to the movies? Reserve your seat before the show on Fandango. Find times and buy tickets to your favorite theater on the Fandango app or Fandango.com. Every movie, double rewards. That's Fandango.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? Click now and find summer happiness in a new Chevy. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
When talking hot has got you woozy, and your tongue and lungs get oozy, that's your cue, it means that you should switch from hot to cool.
Yes, as Willie the Penguin says, bad taste, smoke. Cool. Bad taste, smoke. Cool. Bad taste, smoke. Cool. Matinee with Bob and Ray.
What an imagination that Ken Wilson has.
Oh, you can see it all over him, can't you? Well, I have to have imagination. And a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to our never-ending series of public service programs called Matinee with Bob and Ray.
By golly, we're happy to have you here, too, huh?
Sure, Walter.
We're awful happy to have you in the audience today. Tell you about our products and have a wonderful time.
You know, we're going to talk about a 180 horsepower engine today. Now, what do you think of that? It's a little thing that Bob and I have sold to the Chrysler people, and I'll tell you more about it later.
They're going to be promoting this thing, and probably will make millionaires out of both of us.
You probably don't know it, friends, but my real name is Walter P. Chrysler.
You never told me that.
No, Bob, because I felt that I'd be just, I figured the income tax people would be after me.
I thought, well, you
So that's why I use the name Alice Fitzensky.
No, that's a better idea, I think.
See, they don't check on me this way.
Say, I heard you fellas on the Ken and Carolyn program a minute ago.
Well, I heard you too, Tex. You were there.
That's right, I was there too, wasn't I?
You were there as big as how big is he, Bob, anyway?
As big as life.
Or as day, anyway.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Well, it's just that old phrase there.
Well, we thank Ken for taking us over to China House last night for the New Year's Eve celebration, Chinese New Year's, but we should thank China House on our own program here.
You bet. We will. Thank him very much for a very enjoyable evening. We had all these rare Chinese delicacies last night as we welcomed in the new year. And, boy, they really hit the spot.
Oh, we had a grand time. And stayed there and met a lot of people.
You know what we ate last night, friends? Bird's nest.
We ate sharks. The shark's fin.
You haven't lived until you've bitten into a bird's nest.
Now, don't go out around your house and pull down a bird's nest.
Oh, no, the bird will be upset. I mean, it has to be an imported type nest that they get from, I assume, from over in China somewhere, wouldn't you, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
But actually, it is wonderful. Very delicate in bouquet and flavor. Huh?
Very piquant flavor, I thought it.
Yes, it's piquant, too, yes.
Well,
yes, it's nice. I like
folks
it, too.
Got the names for these things down. Well, that concludes the prepared portion of our program.
We want to get right over here now to where we just sit around and more or less ad-lib and talk.
Just kind of make things funny from here on in. Bill, how you feeling?
Bill doesn't look good. Been working hard, Bill? From what?
Recuperating from what?
From last Sunday. What New Year's Day was that? I mean, we run through a whole thirdly full of New Year's from the 1st of January all the way through to December.
Don't you know, Bill, that you can't burn the candle at both ends?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, I recognize you, sir.
I'd like to present myself to your audience, if I may.
I'll present you, Al Moffley.
Right, thank you, and good afternoon, everyone.
Al, tell us just what you've been doing since you were last here. Same old thing?
Burning candles at both ends,
Mm-hmm.
and when I get... Well, not only does it get more light that way, but I prove that old thirdly of yours a pure fallacy. I mean, you can burn candles at both ends, and that's that.
Well, what are you going to work on next? What old thirdly that we have...
I mean, about throwing stones if you live in a glass house.
You're going to try to prove that you can throw stones?
Certainly. I lived in a glass house for 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
At the end of 3 weeks, I went out in the backyard and I picked up a stone and I threw it a lengthy mile.
Did it do anything to the house?
Not a thing. It just went off into the woods somewhere.
Threw it the other way, yeah.
Right.
So that proves that you can live in a glass house.
And throw a rock. If you would select to do so.
Uh-huh.
Certainly.
Well, I can think of nothing I'd like to do better right now than be living in a glass house and throwing rocks.
Well, you must move outside, you see. The thing is, you don't want to aim it at anybody. I suppose the whole idea was that he'd come around and then throw a rock at your house.
Yes.
And then that would break the glass.
Well, that was the way we originally set up the adage.
I see. But, I mean, if you aim the rock at nothing, then you're all set. I mean, don't try to hit anybody. That's my advice to you.
Well, thanks very much, Al Motley, for coming up today and telling us about your interesting occupation. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Well, look, about this big... Oh, wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Well, we have...
What do we got here? Just
what's
see
this?
what we got here.
Well, we have a couple of containers here.
Oh, boy.
Gentlemen, I would like to introduce David Wong to you from China House. He manages a China House.
Oh,
Well,
man.
it is. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Indian Pakoi. How does that sound?
What is this now that you brought in here?
What is this, Moo Guy Town?
That's what you are. That's what I have in my lapels with it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Mugu got fun. And this is what?
The Wu Car.
Oh, that is great. It's in two cartons. I think there's about a quart of beef in
Oh,
here.
Bob, what are we waiting for, eh? And what do we got here?
What's the story, please?
Oh,
This is the first time we've ever had anything to eat out of the program. It's great.
Huh? No, it's not.
No.
No, we're going to get
Wait a minute. Not too much of that. I don't
When we have any separate plates around here, we can eat some of this.
Yeah, play some music for us.
Go ahead. You fellas play. We'll eat.
There's a 20% tax if we play while you...
There's no entertainment tax here, really. There's no entertainment here. What do you mean?
Now, wait just a moment. I want to try... what was this again?
The Wu Car.
This is the Mughal Gai Pan.
Butterfly shrimp. Well, now I'm going to take one of these little butterfly shrimp right here now.
He parsley and chicken. Oh, man, that's good. Let me say something.
Pick that shrimp that butterflies away there.
Oh, boy, that's one. Try some of this over here. Dave, that's superb. Superb. Wonderful.
Margaret, what do you think of it?
Oh, my
Well,
favorite.
that is the nicest thing I've ever been
Have some of this chicken, man. You only have some of the butterfly.
Oh, you haven't lived until you tried this butterfly soup.
I tried it before at China House, so.
Really?
Yeah.
We could have this more often.
Good. Excuse us.
Well, how about passing some more?
How's that hinting? You want lunch every
Oh,
afternoon?
Hey, Bill, these are wonderful. Ken, have you had one yet? Yes. And Ken?
All set now.
You all set?
Yeah. I think it looks better on your lapel there. That's it.
We'll get some on our lapel before we're
These
through.
are absolutely wonderful. Oh, wow.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you, Dave.
So long, fellas.
We'll see you over at China House then.
All right.
Thanks. We'll do that.
Hey, isn't this wonderful? Well, now, friends, will you dial out we eat, please? It's a novel
This
thing.
sounds like the fourth portion of Arthur Godfrey's program in the morning.
When we all sit around and eat, you mean? Yeah.
Can't you boys play a little music over there
Can't
while
you play a little music while Bob and I eat?
Yeah, have some of this.
Now, let me take another one.
This is this Mughal Gai Pan.
We have to hurry along. We have to talk about Chrysler's a little later.
Oh, we can talk about them right now. You haven't seen any.
Oh, look. I'm telling you, don't do Chrysler's. Don't do Chrysler's.
You haven't seen anything in modern motoring until you see the new, brand new 1951 Chrysler.
What a car, boy.
For beauty, for interiors, for style and features.
You know what? The motor is 180 horsepower and
Yes,
that
the
thing.
firepower engine. It's the sensation of the century, and it's Chrysler.
Oh, Mugu got time.
I'll do half of this, and then you got to let me eat, and you do some.
Oh,
all
I
right?
know that he is good.
Chrysler history repeats itself because the new Chrysler V8 engine,
have one of those
the Chrysler firepower, is so different, so superior to all other automobile engines that it stands alone as the engine with which all others for years to come will be compared and judged.
Will you be
all right?
What time to eat?
Right here. Start right there.
What would you like to move right?
Yes, sir. Well, let me see. Now, the finest cars in the medium price field, of course. They have beautiful body designs, custom interiors, Chrysler's famous fluid drive, great Oriflow shock absorbers. See the new Chryslers now this Saturday, friends. This coming Saturday, that will be, I think, the 10th of February, isn't it? Yes, the 10th. That's the day you'll be able to see the Chryslers for the first time. And I would suggest that you get right out there. I wish you fellows would at least turn your back when you're eating these things and let me finish. I mean, I can't read and think of that wonderful food, too.
You know you took the last trip?
I knew he did. I knew he had his eyes on that. Mushroom. Now then, honestly, that is the finest tasting stuff in the world, isn't it? Well, let's not. We'll talk about the prices in just a minute. Right now, I want to. Water chestnuts? Water chestnuts here?
That was wonderful.
I think there should be a lesson to all places in having food.
This is very
Why don't you fill this plate something?
What don't you let him do this? I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. Look at Bill. You think he hadn't eaten in 3 or 4
the
days?
program is nowhere, you know?
Unless they have some kind of... We have a record here of the thing we can play. Anything. Just, are you back, too?
You're not doing anything, are you?
No, this way.
Play something.
Go ahead. I mean, Bob and I are so...
Everybody eat.
Starting now.
Ken and Bill.
Who's sorry? I'll tell you what. I'll sing the second chorus.
Come with that, huh?
Would you like to hear Ken and Bill play right away?
Why don't we sing a chorus of
All
this,
right,
huh?
bring that over.
Have a duet here.
Sure. Yeah, we'll sing this in the key of G.
Then we'll get my moo-goo type pen out of the way.
Who's foreign now? Who's foreign now? Whose heart is aching for a rainy cloud? Who's sad and blue? Who's crying too? Just like I over you. Right to the end, just like a friend. I tried to warn you somehow. You had your way, now you must pay. I'm glad that you're sorry now.
Now back to the moo-goo guy pen.
Now back to...
We didn't talk much about
Tell
Chrysler.
a funny story while I have some moo.
Yeah, it's your turn, Bill. Wait till I get this teapot here. Then you can take over.
I'm going to have some sugar.
You think we hadn't eaten for days. Helen.
Coffee, that's good.
Would you like
All right, now.
Ken?
Now, friends, if you'll just take your mind off Chinese food for a moment, I want to talk to you about the greatest new car in America that you'll all have an opportunity to see out at Al Hurwitz Incorporated, 10 Webster Street at Coolidge Corner. The premiere showing of the 1951 Chrysler is this Saturday. Now, that's the 10th of February. Remember that. Now, let's talk about these Chryslers for a moment. For beauty, for interiors, for style and features, for the firepower engine sensation of the century, it's Chrysler. Chrysler history repeats itself.
Bill, could you get back a little bit from the microphone?
Noisy,
You have to eat into the microphone. Leave me out to the program.
Chrysler is out with a V8 engine that is a real knockout. Chrysler Firepower. It's so different, so superior to all other automobile engines that it stands alone as the engine with which all others for years to come will be compared and judged. Now, that's in this brand new Chrysler. See the Windsor and the